Motherfucker. Entro cu talent, pompi de DJ locale. Nu prea pe gustul tău, n-are cum cred că ți se cam pare. Nu ești în apele tale, că ești în urmă țărane. Ești ca țiganul la man, necat în noroaie stai.
Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can install Kali Linux on your Oracle VirtualBox virtual machine. So let's get started. First of all, you need to have a Kali Linux ISO file in order to install it on your VirtualBox. So
whether you're installing Kali Linux directly onto a laptop, a virtual machine, or a Raspberry Pi, there's a couple things you should do after setting it up to make sure it's secure and uses all the best tools available. We'll show you these top 10 things you should do after installing Kali Linux on this episode of Cyber Weapons Lab. After installing Kali Linux, there are a series of steps you should go through to make sure it's properly set up and fully secured. Now, in order to dive into this, you'll need to understand what we're using Kali Linux for. And every installation of Kali Linux isn't the same because often they'll come from different individual package types. So you might have gotten a Kali Lite image that doesn't include any of the aircrack or Wi-Fi tools we'll want to use for Wi-Fi attacks, or gotten a different type of image that might be a little outdated. So it's important to make sure that all the tools are updated properly and that everything we're going to be using is installed at the beginning so that we're not going back and reconfiguring things when they're just failing randomly. Now, it can be really difficult to trace back problems, and if you follow these steps in general, your computer should be fully updated and have all the available tools you need to get started.
So you want to hack your neighbor's Wi-Fi or a website or something that Mr. Robot did in that awesome TV series. I'm here to help you, not exactly with hacking, but with installing the favorite Linux distribution of a hacker or a penetration tester. It's Kali Linux. Hi, I'm Abhishek from It's Was, and in this video we are going to see how to install Kali Linux in the safest and the easiest way possible inside Windows as a on the Kali Linux website. And there you have to download Kali Linux. Don't download the regular ISO. Instead, install the VBox VirtualBox images, which are the .ova file. They are 4 GB in size and available both in direct or from torrent file. They are 4 GB in size and available both in direct or OVA. Install the VBox VirtualBox images, which are the .ova file. They are 4 GB in size and available both in direct or from torrent download. If you have slow internet, go with torrent. If you have good internet, go with direct download. Once you have downloaded Kali Linux, it's time to download and install VirtualBox. This is a free and open source tool from Oracle, and you can use it in Windows, Linux, and other operating system to install another operating system. So you download virtual
Sure.
that awesome TV series, regular like this. I already had, which are the download. This is a free and open source tool from Oracle, and you can use it in Windows, Linux, and other operating system to install another operating system. So you download VirtualBox and then you install this tool as a regular Windows application. So you have the regular options here. Just select whatever you want, and then it will reset the network interfaces. That's okay, that's how it works. So it will take like a minute or two to install this. Once you install it, you will see an interface like this. I already had Ubuntu installed before, so don't worry about that. Go into tools and then you do import, and from here you can go and browse your OVA file, the 3.9 GB file you downloaded. The good thing about this way is that everything is pre-configured. If
Sure. Mm-hmm. Ce nu de eram atent aici. Vorbim ce. Mm-hmm.
the good browse your OV, and from here you can go and browse your OVA file.
Ochii negri, le lentile sclera să mă protejeze de prețul lui Becky Phoenix. Eu am venit cu numele și ăsta nu e un dis. Am împișat pe cenușă, pe leme și focul veșnic s-a stins. Cum o dau pe cu tine până în iad înapoi și după până în abis. Dar dacă mă fuți, te mănânc, ce să nu zici că n-am zis, yeah. Unde pula mea sunt banii despre care dai cu ciocul? Am o lamă fină, vino să-ți închid botul până nu ne vede blocul. Dă Dăm și pachetul până nu ne vede dicotul. Cum o dau că sunt golan, mamă, nu dau pentru bani, o dau din stradă unde pârt aceeași bani, unde n-ai deloc fan decât foame și invidia. Strada mă iubește mai mult decât familia. Îmi bag toată pula în tine, târfo, și știi că mă refer la tine, nu la orice cârpă. Aprind un bai în ghetou și e ceață. O mamă, nu cred că o să scap cu viață. Cred că sunt destinat de gloc megreață. Noaptea mă fură și banii răsfață. Până-mi dă sângele pe nas, mintea mea învață. Până-ți pierde zâmbetul de sub mustață. Trăim în lumi diferite, da. Ești cu clica după tine, am brigadă după mine. Și cu toc, ca pe pilă, toc, toc, motherfucker, what? Cum o dau ei la fel. N-am nicio limită în cartier. Până nu ne aude gata, trebuie să te fumăm rapid. Oricum nu dă două băbit. Ia uzi cum vine să moră mama. De când mă știu fac rap. Mai dăm niște beat-uri că p-astea nu-mi cap. Strofele pe care le-am în cap și trebuie să le dau, altfel n-am cum să fac. Că mai am puțin de trăit ca Tupac și n-am niciun biggie să-mi fie adversar. Stai să mă chiluiesc puțin, ca la Sneakov style. Boy, mai beau o sticlă de vin, să-mi revin că-i venin. Tot ce scuip e laxativ, că te cași pe tine și o arzi în vășin. Leșin, foarte important de știut, yeah. Când o să mor, vreau să plec în iad ca să îmi ascult piesele ce cu ajutorul Domnului le-am făcut.
The 3.9 you can go tools and browse your OVA file. The 3.9 GB file you downloaded, and then you do import, and from here you can go and browse your OVA file. The 3.9 GB file you download. If you chose and then VirtualBox edition and other stuff, you don't need to configure those stuff here. Okay, this error is normal, don't panic. I wanted to show you this error says that there's something wrong with the configuration and you have to disable USB, because in this way you won't be able to use the USB port through the virtual machine anymore. But that's okay, you have your Windows operating system already doing that, so most probably you won't be needing that. And if you do, you can fix it later. Here's Kali Linux running, you can see it in the preview box here. You did not need to install anything like from the ISO, it's already pre-configured, everything is there, don't need to install. The default username is root and the default password is the opposite of root, that is tour. And there you go, you have Kali Linux installed here. You can see it using GNOME desktop environment, and you can go into the terminal and start hacking. So I was saying that instead of ISO you should use this OVA file because everything is pre-configured. What does it mean? It means that you don't have to install additional stuff like VirtualBox, guest edition stuff for sharing the clipboard or the shared folder stuff or the drag and drop. For example, here I copied something in the Windows operating system and I'm in the guest operating system Kali Linux, and I use the Control C Control V to copy text from the host operating system into the guest operating system. That's cool. And that's not it. So I'm in Windows, and what I'm going to do is I'll drag this file inside Kali Linux. Drag and drop is working automatically. Yeah, and the internet was already working. So you can power off from the menu or from the Kali Linux menu. It's up to you. One more advantage of using this VirtualBox image is that you can share folder between Windows host operating system and Kali Linux guest operating system. How do you do that? Turn off your running virtual machine and then in the settings go to the shared folders and then browse to a folder. You can create a new folder if you want. I have already created this folder called shared folder with VM. And then it's important that you select auto mount so that you don't have to manually mount it from the terminal. So you select auto mount, everything is fine, and then you go and start. So you start your Kali Linux install again. I guess you are used to of seeing the dragon now. So root and tour. And now if you go to the file manager here, you will see that there is something mounted already. It's like a mounted drive. I just copy pasted from Kali Linux inside that folder, and if I go into Windows, I'll see that file has been copied and is available in Windows as well. And I'll do the other way around. So I'm copying this image from Windows into this shared folder, and if I go into Kali Linux again and then if I refresh it, the picture is there. This way you can share your files and folders and other important documents between Kali Linux and your Windows operating system. Makes your life easier. Now that you have Kali Linux installed, what you can do is go to our website, it's first.com, and go to Kali Linux article. At the end of the article, you will find a link to download the official Kali Linux ebook. It's a free ebook available in PDF format, and it helps you to get started with Linux in general and with Kali Linux. So you learn how to use Linux, you will learn how to use Kali Linux and its tools and security.
Salut! Da.
Tu, practic, o să faci un site.
Ce?
Tu o să faci un site, practic, ăla pe care Linux, cu care o să... Ăla care se loghează acolo, tu ai furat contul.
Deci nu pot să-i sparg Insta-ul.
Nu așa, nici cum zici tu.
Ok, îmi arăți tu imediat după ce se downloadează, că se downloadează acum. Dar eu nu știu să fac site-uri.
Nu trebuie să-l faci tu. O să vezi dacă
Ok, e foarte, mai are foarte puțin.
îți sparg fața, să vrei să-ți sparg fața.
Mhm. Vreau să văd dacă vorbește una cu alți băieți.
Păi de ce?
Că na. Mamă, și trebuie să-și facă cont. Cine crezi că e așa de prost? Cine crezi că e așa de prost să-și facă cont?
Tu?
Cum adică eu? Cred că mi-am făcut deja cont pe asta și zic că... Ce?
What is up, everybody? My name is Heath Adams, and I welcome you to this course called Linux for Ethical Hackers. So, in this course, we're going to be covering a lot of things. We're really going to be going and hammering down on the terminal and the command line. And if you've never learned Linux before, this is a really great start for you, especially if you're interested in becoming an ethical hacker or a penetration tester. So, enough of my face. Let's go ahead and just dive right in. All right, everyone, welcome to this course titled Linux for Ethical Hackers. Before we get started, I'd like to do a little who am I? So my name is Heath Adams. I also go by the Cyber Mentor. I am a husband first, a hacker, a military veteran, a gamer, sports fan, and animal dad. I am a former accountant turned security geek, so I've been in cybersecurity about 3 years now. And before that, I was an accountant, hated it, picked that field for all the wrong reasons. So once I went into IT and cybersecurity, I never looked back, and I've never been happier. On the day to day, I am a senior security engineer. I'm also a business owner at TCM Security. So before that, I was a senior penetration tester doing penetration testing and ethical hacking. I branched out and started my own business focusing on ethical.
Păi și stai un pic că mai am o întrebare în cazul ăsta. Să zicem că cineva își face contul ăla. De unde am eu parola de la Insta? Am contul de Gmail. Ce?
Se loghează acolo.
Nu înțeleg, stai, mai spune-mi odată.
Se băga acolo cu cod de Insta.
Oh! LOL! LOL!
Calmează-te, ce?
Păi da, gata, mi s-a downloadat. Bun. Ok. Cum intru în asta? Ok. Import. Desktop. Next. Stai, ajută-mă un pic aici. Bun. Ce fac? Ok, o să-i dau import. Am făcut bine, nu? Da. Cred că da. Ok.
Ethical hacking training and student development. So now I'm doing that full time along with a job as a senior security engineer. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what we'll learn in this course. So this course is going to be all hands-on. Besides this little introduction here, you're not going to see a lot of PowerPoint besides quick overview of what the course or the video that you're about to see has coming. So 95% hands-on course. I will not kill you with PowerPoint. That's not my goal. We're going to be focusing on Kali Linux this entire course and really learning. We're going to open, then we're going to improve what VMware the tab be able to play or pen testers. So toolkit and then install. So inside the VM, so we've got our folders. So if we click on the folders or our files, we can navigate around. This feels like any other machine, right? We have our documents, downloads, music, pictures. If you're a Windows user or Mac user, whatever, this feels pretty common. So this is a GUI or a graphical user interface way of interacting with the folders. As you move on and we move on in this course, we're going to be living in the terminal. So the terminal is right here. If you click on the terminal, this is something similar to your command line. So from here, we can actually navigate to all these folders here, and we can put files in there, take files out. Anything that we can do in a graphic point of view, we can also do from this command line point of view as well. So as we learn, we're going to get a little less relying on the graphical interface and more on the terminal side of things. However, do know that there are ways to do a lot of things from a graphical side if you still need that interaction with the machine and you don't want to be completely keyboard oriented. There are also tools on the side over here. If we look, we've got a leaf pad. So leaf pad is just like a notepad, right? Or, just your notebook here. You can take some quick notes, save it out. Should be pretty familiar for you as well. So they've got Firefox. It used to be called Iceweasel. What?
Gata, bro. Gata, mi s-a downloadat. Corect.
And that's just your web browser.
If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up and stay. So I was saying this error is normal. Don't panic.
Cât? Ia? Serverul. Se cheamă Venom?
Panic and you won't. It's okay. You have been needing that, and if you do, system already doing that. So you know, but that's okay. You have your.
Ce e acolo cu certăva? Nu știu.
Windows operating system already doing that, so most probably you won't be needing that, and if you do,
Bă...
pre-configured.
Gata, mă. Da, mă. Nu liberă.
What is up, everybody? My name is Heath Adams, and I welcome you to this course called Linux for Ethical Hackers.
Most people who have used Linux, the Windows user, are very familiar. You've got your documents, your down.
Bă, Codex, acum mi-am dat seama, Linux-ul nu e un fel de Windows? Mamă, taci că-s prost, mă.
Dă de capul tău, mai tot.
Mă, cât de prost să fii să crezi așa ceva.
Nu? Bă, dar stai, mă, că mie nu mi-a explicat nimeni nimic. Eu am făcut totul fără cap. Nu că aș avea cap.
E o de la Linux.
Ce?
E mai ieftin și mai de căcat.
Stai, nu înțeleg, mai spune dată.
Nu că te înjur.
Dacă e așa serios, nu că te înjur.
Dacă omul nu înțelege pula mea de prima dată, ce pula mea vrei să fac? Sunt mentor social?
Păi
Ce
nu
pula?
te-am auzitule.
Acum uite Codex, acum îmi vine să-i zic să se spele în urechi cu aia. Mă, n-ai cum cu ăștia, mă.
Bă, dar tot nu merge. Păi și ce mai are de data asta cum... Mă, ce mai iei? Care ți-e viața? Virtual machine. Fail to open. Not in a hypervision. VTX disabled in BIOS for all CPU modes. Ce? Trebuie să-mi activez BIOS-ul, ce pula mea.
Into the free. What this does is allow down the shift button. The point, the main shortcut I wanted to share with you guys today is holding down the shift button while you press the restart button. So what this does is allows you to access the advanced startup menu. And there's other ways to do this from Windows 10, of course, but this is just a quick and easy way to do it. And two main reasons I personally use the advanced startup options here.
Vezi, poate mă arunc
First,
și pe mine
there's
făceam
PNG
zicea.
path, but you don't want to do that.
A, păi
There's
fă
other
stai
things here,
drept
but the
liniștită,
troubleshoot
că
menu is the thing you want to get
arunc
into
patul și te
here,
arunci pe
and
tine
then
după.
advanced
Dar mai
options
plâng.
is the one I go for. Two things. One is you can automatically have the system reboot into the UEFI from this, and if you have a system that's set up with an
Eu spun să
SSD
arunce declara la
NVMe
poliție că a
drive that
fost de
has
greș.
Windows 10 UEFI mode, it might boot so quickly that hitting delete button as the system is starting up doesn't work, and it actually just keeps booting into Windows. This will allow you to just click this button, hit restart, it'll automatically boot into the UEFI and let you go in there and adjust those settings. Or you can see more recovery options, go to startup settings, and then hit restart, and this will allow you to access the advanced startup menu that will allow you to boot into safe mode. So here's the startup settings list. Number 4 is the one I usually use for safe mode, but you can do some other options here too if you want. And then
Pula
it
mea,
will
o
boot into
sticula
safe
nu mai
mode. There's multiple reasons you might want to boot into safe mode, but the one reason
Doar
I
că
do
de
most
câteva
often
zile
is
le-au
to
furat.
refresh and reinstall graphics card
Mai e
drivers,
pateu.
reboot into safe mode, and then run the
Păi eu când
driver
vreau să-i fac
uninstaller.
buzunar
Also,
afară,
free
unde
to
era
download that
buzunar?
in the video description.
Eu vreau
It'll
să-i
clear
dau
out
la
all your
pate,
graphics drivers
să
and
doară
make a
mai tare
reboot.
de la
So if
morți.
you're swapping between an AMD and an NVIDIA graphics card, or even just
Nu,
between
mă,
different
ia
graphics cards for
uitați-vă,
benchmarking,
uitați-vă
that's
pe
what
link, o să vedeți dacă
Ce
am
mă, ai
aflat.
prins pateu?
Da, mă, stai să nu de acum că apresi pateul. Lasă-mă, dacă ai pus pateul
I
și te
use
dai
this most
șmecherea
often for. But also, if you have a system that you're trying to
Ia uzi,
troubleshoot,
bă, și
if you think
frățitul
you
l-a
might
prins.
potentially have a virus
Bă,
or
l-a
malware,
prins.
rebooting into safe mode to run Malwarebytes or an antivirus utility is also a great and clean. Now, if you might
Ia
have found
uitați-vă, mă, pe
tied to your
Discord.
3D
Că
side,
ziceați
click
că știu ăla să facă
very
blog.
useful. Tip
Nu
number 3
blogul
is
ăsta.
E un căcat de pe Google care face chestia aia.
Nu
Nu
aia
știu
cu
cum se
aia.
numește.
Cu textul, uitați-vă cum le-am făcut de mișto. La
What is
cod
up,
penal
Bă, ce e pe
everybody?
serverul
My
ăsta
name
de căcat GRG
If
România?
you chose the ISO installation,
De ce
you
l-ai
will have to
făcut? De ce l-ai
install it
făcut de
like a
căcat
regular
cu aia?
Linux
Nu-i de
distribution, and then
Ai dreptate, e o
VirtualBox is
combinație de
another
fecare.
stuff. You don't need to configure those stuff here. This error
Uite-te
is
pe acolo, pe
normal.
aplicație, să
Don't
vezi
panic.
cum am
I
făcut.
wanted to show
Băi,
you this.
scrie
This
aici
error
România,
says
pula, o
that
să mor
there is
aici de...
something wrong with the configuration
nicio glumă.
and you have to disable USB, because in this way you won't be able to use the USB port
Vezi ce
Bă,
mișto?
nicio
through the
glumă,
virtual
codex nu
machine.
suge în...
Cine mă?
Care mă? Unde mă?
Mă, cine vorbește?
Mă, care pula mea sala de codex?
Nu vreau să-l tai.
Hello friends, you are watching how to enable
Măi, dau
setting.
briceage.
First of all, we have to click on Windows
Da, mă, că acum
icon
scop
and
briceagele.
then setting.
Mă, eu
In
zic să
setting
fugă,
we
că-i dă,
will
nu-i
see
dau
that
acum
here
de
is
țiu.
an update and security icon. So click
Da,
over it.
acum de țiu e.
Now it will take us in recovery. In recovery we have advanced startup and it have restart now. So we restart now our PC. It will take few minutes or few seconds. It will
Nu mai
depend
știți
upon
telefonul ăla când era mic,
our
era
specs of PC.
Da, apăsai pe butoane și vorbea.
So wait for
Nu mai
a
știi,
minute.
populeție. Nu mai știi. Care să
Okay, now
Pufuleți și oameni
În anul ăla pot să declar că i-am câștigat-o cu Mosalul 1 din confa
it
asta la
is starting, I think.
Eu avea cu pot valid pe centru.
Okay, here is troubleshoot option. So we click on it and here advanced option. We click on it and here UEFI firmware settings and restart. Virtual technology. Hello friend. Hello or VTX. Hubcast and then update and security. G or out. Hello friends, you are watching Cyber.
Citam la
Starting,
videoclipul la
I
școala
think.
vieții,
Wait for
de la Gianni
minutes or
Orlan.
few seconds. So we click on it. UEFI
Vă mor de...
system information, F2 for system diagnosis, F9 for
Zici că
boot
este
device
ceva
option, and F10 for
Dar
BIOS
nu
setup,
sunt...
and F11 for system recovery. So we will press F10 for
Sunteți
BIOS
cocalari
setup.
fără S clasic.
So here is F10, and now you see that there is a option of system configuration.
Ai auzit, băi, cocalar
And now
fără
you
S
see
clasic?
that there is a option of system configuration. The second option is
Vai,
virtual technology.
legenda spune că
You
dacă
see
ți-ar
that
la
there is
mod.
the second option is virtual technology. I have enabled.
E prea mare. Nu, Da, pula.
Wait for in recovery.
Băi, Codec, și cum ziceai? Ți-ai băgat pula în aia, miru, mă?
In recovery we have advanced startup and it have restart
Ce miru?
now. So we